Hi guys, my name is Amit, and our group has done the project for material science research using text mining. We are doing this project under Professor Goke Sadmali, and my teammates are.
Uh, Hi, this is Rohan here.
Hi, I'm Sagar.
Hi, I am Sarthak.
So with that, we are presenting. I'm presenting this project, which is material science and text mining using natural language processing. Our objective with this project is to present to demonstrate the capacity of transfer learning by using the machine learning models to predict the synthesis material properties. So the basic problem statement with current situation is that the material science is one of the hottest topics in the research, and there is a lot of research and published work done towards the discovery of various new materials. But all this work is saved somewhere in the papers, and it is very hard to extract those knowledge and implement it in the discovery of the future properties. So we are helping with that. So and we are proposing a system to extract that knowledge and implement that in the future discovery. So this is a basic proposed solution, a high level overview of how we are going to the, going to implement our solution. So we will gather all the data sets of the material science research paper, and then we will do a basic data wrangling on it, which is extraction, stemming, lemmatization, and word embedding. Then we will process those data files and store them in corpuses. Then we do on those process data set, we will do feature extraction, and we will build the knowledge graphs. And on based on those knowledge graph, we will build our predictive machine learning model, and we do the query processing and build the user interface over it, so it will be easier for user. So from now, it will be explained by Sagar, the overall workflow of our project.
Thank you, Rohan. So as Rohan mentioned, our primary goal is to do away with the manual work and automate the journal article and research paper retrieval system. So initially we retrieved all the research materials that are relevant to our topic or our domain using a Python script. So after retrieving all of them, we encountered two issues. One is we needed some elastic capacity of storage so that we can perform as much as scanning part, as well as we need faster retrieval for, that will so using a faster retrieval method, we need it to be fed to next module to be perform to so that the text extraction can be performed in real time. So for that matter, we have chosen a bucket storage. So through bucket storage, we are trying to so in module one, we are trying to implement the bucket storage system. In the next module, in the next step, we are aiming to perform plain text conversion into the PDF part to be converted into plain text, so that it can be processed. So in this part, we are also trying to extract the metadata as well as the table of content, which we can use to further classify the articles into desired categories. So as we can see in module 2, in module 2 we are performing text pre-processing as well as like further processing part using stemming, lemmatization. So in our output of module 2 is a text corpus which is filtered out of all the irrelevant or trivial information, which we are feeding as a raw data or a data input for our Gensin text summarizer. So basically text summarizer is just to extract the sentences that are relevant or more important keywords, and the sentences that has more important keywords. Once we have we have the output of text summarizer, we are aiming to perform the feature extraction part. So in feature extraction, the feature extraction part is done by name entity recognition, as well as establishing relationship between those named entities. So as you can see in in step 3, we perform the name entity recognition as well as the entity relationship recognition after the output that we have got from summarizer. So this is so basically we are trying to help the material discovery. For that matter, we will need various material properties to be recognized, such as pressure, stiffness, strength, etc, etc. So these will be our features, and we aim to connect those features to form a knowledge graph. So knowledge graph is basically a step for performing smart searches. So once after creating the knowledge graph, we will be dumping the whole data into our Neo4j graph database, so that it will help for the query processing part, which is in our future scope. So far we have covered, so from our work plan, so far we have covered the fetching and storage, data storage, text extraction and pre-processing, as well as building the knowledge graph part. So Sarthak will be giving the demo on that steps covered so far.
So hello everyone. I will be giving quick demo of what we have achieved till so far. So we have achieved for the first module. The first module is text extraction. So for text extraction, we have used various libraries and compared the results between them. So we have used Apache PDFbox, Python's library like PyPDF, etc. So we have achieved good results with Apache PDFbox. So we have implemented in 2 ways. So first we have tried to extract line by line. So since we have a data set in the PDF form, so we have created a text file using that, and we have also implemented it using by extracting paragraph by paragraph approach, and it's a bit more efficient approach for us. Second, from this extracted data, we have applied text summarization. So for text summarization, we have used Gensim library and other algorithms like TextRank algorithm, and we have achieved for a time being we are going with Gensim, and we have evaluated Gensim and TextRank algorithm. So Gensim has given us a better accuracy. So after summarization, we have passed this data to our sentence parser module. So this module takes the summarized data and creates converts the whole data set into an array of sentences. And we have done this using regular expressions and analytical library, and an analytical library has given us a good accuracy. Then this output we have applied it to our knowledge graph creation module. So first we have extracted those candidate sentences, and using the dependency parsing tree, we have extracted the entities from each sentences. So simple named entity recognition doesn't give us good relations because entities can be in phrases. So dependency parsing helps us in that. Second, for extracting the relations, we have again used dependency parsing. So you can see like this is the entities which we have extracted from our sample data set. And for relations, we again used dependency and tree, and we got these relations. And now using these entities and relations, we have created a knowledge graph. So nodes being the entities and arrows being the relations among them. And now if we want to mine some data, so this is an example for if you want to see what is the relation used relation between two elements. So you can see AL203 uses KS110 element for its manufacturing. So this is what we have done till now, and Amit will discuss our future scope.
So following is the timeline that we have followed while progressing through our project. And while when we initially started this project, we researched on the problem statement and studied the literature review. And the next month we spent on designing the architecture and deciding on the system design. Then we worked on gathering the data and how we are going to prepare it to process it. Then we performed the text extraction and summarization, and then we performed dependency resolving to extract the entities and the relationships. Then we created knowledge graphs based on those entities and relationships. So this is the future scope that we still need to imply on our project. We need to extract the tabular data to include it in the predictions, and then we need to perform query processing and build predictive machine learning model and create a user interface to access the project. So this is it. We are done. Thank you.
Thank you.